Hey, this is John Cena, and you are watching this WWE Fan 13.
Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to today's video. So in today's video, it's going to be a story time, as you guys can see down below. It'll be a story time of when I met my very first WWE wrestler. Now, as you guys know, over the past few years, I've been very lucky enough to meet a lot of wrestlers, such as Undertaker, John Cena, Sting. I've just met so many. If I could easily had a count, it'd be easily over 100 wrestlers. And you know, I've been lucky enough because of YouTube and because my parents have given me the opportunity to do all this. So I know you guys would probably rather be hearing a story time about meeting Undertaker or John Cena or whoever else I've met, but I feel like this is a very important story time to tell because it's the very first wrestler I ever met. It's like an important part of my life as a wrestling fan. So yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna start the story time. But before I started, I should probably tell you who was the first wrestler I ever met, and that is one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, the reason I got into watching WWE, and that is Rey Mysterio. If you guys don't know, I've loved Rey Mysterio since I first started watching wrestling, and ever since I've always been a fan, and it's always gonna stay like that. But anyways, with that being said, let's get started with the story time. I'm gonna be taking you guys back to 2008. So this was a whole year before I actually met Rey, but this plays into the story, I guess. So my brother took me to my very first wrestling event, where I actually got my first wrestling shirt that I wore to the next year when I met Rey. I got that shirt and I got this bear. But anyways, so you know, we went to the show, and after the show was over, we were heading back to the car. And we parked kind of near where the wrestlers park, but I didn't know that at the time. So when we were walking back, I saw this big group of people around a barricade. And I told my brother, like, what's going on? And we go and look, and I couldn't see, but my brother's really tall, so like he could see over the people. And he's like, oh no, wrestlers are coming out. And I was like, what? But you know, there was no place for me to go in because everyone was jam-packed around the barricade. And so, you know, we didn't bother waiting. And you know, in my mind, driving back from Las Cruces to El Paso, it's a 30-minute drive. In my head, the whole time I was thinking, next year, when we go, I'm gonna get on that barricade, and I'm gonna be the first one there, and I'm gonna meet whoever comes out. I'm gonna get their autograph, whatever. And, you know, I kept that in my head for a whole freaking year. So the time came, we got our tickets. I saw the ticket right here, actually, laminated, because I did have a wrestler sign this, but it wasn't Rey. But we sat in section 228, row 1, seats 4, and I'm guessing my brother sat seat 5 or 3, I'm not sure. And you know, time was coming up to go, and you know, I was getting my shirt ready, and I was starting YouTube, kinda. Not very good videos though, but whatever. I had my camera ready, you know, I had my game plan on how to meet Rey Mysterio, because that's all I wanted to meet was Rey. And I didn't care about anybody else. I didn't care about Punk, I didn't care about Edge, Jeff Hardy, I didn't care about any of those guys. I wanted to meet Rey. And so, you know, I was sitting in my room thinking, well, what am I going to take? Not this room, a different room that's over there. This used to be my brother's room. But I was sitting in there like, what am I going to take? So I had just gotten into trading cards and stuff. And, you know, I grabbed my Rey Mysterio trading card. And I went to my brother when he was in this room. And I was like, Corey, do you have one of those, like, protectors? Because my brother collects football cards. And so he gave me a little protector, not this one, some cheap one. And he told me, he's like, you know, the chances of you meeting Rey Mysterio, you're probably not going to meet him. And I didn't care. I was like, I'm gonna take the chance, I'm gonna keep this in my pocket, and I'm gonna take a Sharpie. And that's what I did. So the whole show, I was sitting there, you know, enjoying the show, but when it got to the end, actually, you guys, I'm gonna tell you guys who was in the show before I even talk about the rest. It was May 24th, 2009 at WWE Live in Las Cruces. Rey Mysterio beat Chris Jericho to retain the WWE Intercontinental title, and obviously I was happy about that because I didn't want to see Rey lose. We got John Morrison beats Shelton Benjamin in a grudge match. Gail Kim and Eve Torres beats Alicia Fox and Layla. Christian and Tommy Dreamer beat Jack Swagger and Mark Henry. CM Punk beats Dolph Ziggler. Vladimir Kozlov beats Fit Finlay. Crime Time beats Charlie Haas and Mike Knox. And Edge beats Jeff Hardy to retain the World Heavyweight title. And the minute that bell rang and Edge's hand was raised, I told my brother, we need to run and get to the barricade. So we saw a door at the very top of the stadium, and we started running up there. Of course, my brother was having longer legs, so he beat me up there. And we opened the door, and we see the, what is it called? The what is it called, the barricade where they park. And we were like, oh, no one's there. So we went running down the stairs to get down to there, and we just get to the front of the barricade, and we're the very first ones there out of anybody. So, you know, I'm excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have a chance to meet Rey Mysterio. Is he gonna stop though? I didn't know. And literally, guys, I just had my card here like this, holding it. Like, I was so excited. I didn't know if he would stop. And so people started coming out. You know, Tommy, what's it called? I saw Tommy Dreamer come out. He went to his car. Jeff Hardy came out. Everyone just kept walking. And then all of a sudden, you see Rey Mysterio peek his head out. But he didn't have a mask on. And so when he saw how many people were out there, he went right back inside there, put his mask on, and came out and signed for every single person. He went, like, to every single person. I'm just standing there freaking out, you know, like, having my stuff out, and I just have the pen, the Sharpie ready. I have the card out of the container, like, going like this. My brother's, like, waving at him, and I was just like, oh my gosh, it's gonna happen. Like, I'm gonna get my first autograph from a WWE wrestler. And sure enough, Rey Mysterio comes up to us. We hand him the card, he signs it, and he hands it back to me. And not joking with you, the whole time I was there, like, I was just staring at it. Like, I was in shock. Like, I couldn't believe that Rey Mysterio had signed my card. Like, I was just in shock. And then Tommy Dreamer decided to start signing stuff. I didn't have anything for him to sign, because I didn't have like a program. So I just had him sign my ticket. But more importantly, look, Rey Mysterio signed my card. And you know, guys, I was in complete shock. Like, I remember processing it. Like, I couldn't believe it had just happened. I remember driving back to El Paso. My brother, he was looking at me, and I was just in shock. Like, literally the whole drive home, this is just me looking at the card the whole entire time, just looking at it, like, in shock, because I couldn't believe I had finally met Rey Mysterio. I was not able to get a picture because Rey was trying to get, like, everyone a signature, because everyone loved Rey. Obviously, you know, El Paso and Las Cruces were on the border of Mexico, so everyone loves lucha. Like, they love the masks and all that stuff. So he was there for 4 hours, guys. He stayed for 4 hours signing everybody's autograph, and it was just awesome. So just knowing that I have this, and I don't know, I just remember the feeling. I was in shock. And I remember I wanted to meet more, ever since that day, I wanted to meet more and more and more wrestlers. And then a year later, or a few months later, I think, I went to my first WrestleMania. And it just kept getting me more and more addicted. Yeah, I say addicted, guys, because this is addicting after a while. If you don't believe me, it is. To be able to meet wrestlers. And ever since then, I've met Rey Mysterio a couple more times. And he still, to this day, is my favorite of all time. And also, guys, now that the story is pretty much done, that's pretty much the story, I need you guys to do me a favor. Please, this would mean the world to me if you guys could do this. I recently posted today a new picture, or 3 pictures, I think, or so. It's like when you swipe on Instagram, there's a lot of pictures. I posted a bunch of pictures of all the times I've met Rey Mysterio. And down below, I typed out this whole thing, because Rey Mysterio is coming back to El Paso, I think in October or November. I can't remember. He's going to be doing a free autograph signing. And I want to try to get to interview him for my channel. And so I typed out this whole thing. The message is to Rey Mysterio. But what I need you guys to do is to tag him in the comments of the new picture. So if you guys go to my Instagram, it'll be the newest picture on there. Please, guys, just go tag him. Spam him for all I care. Please, I really want to try to make this happen, because I've already interviewed one of my favorite people from my childhood. That's Vicky Guerrero. And to be able to interview Rey, that would be on a whole different level. Like, I would feel complete as a YouTuber, as a wrestling YouTuber, just having him on my channel. So yeah, please, guys, go and do that to support the channel. And you guys would get an awesome interview from Rey Mysterio if he decides to do it. But I need your guys' help to make that happen. So yeah, that's it, guys. Oh, if you guys don't know what my Instagram is, at Miss3513 as my YouTube channel. So look me up if you don't already follow me. But yeah, so that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this story time, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's video.
Are you a supporter of the Marine Corps?
Absolutely.
Great, because a former decorated member of the United States Marine Corps needs your support.
And his name is John!